Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. So lately there's been a lot of talk about the races. I mentioned a few parts in my last video about my experiences with the first few. But the big races that a lot of people tend to participate in are the week-long races. So every now and then, the guys over at GGG set up these races that last much longer than 3 or 4 hours. And they've had them for a week. I think they've had them for 2 weeks and a month durations before. And there is one coming up exactly 1 week today, next Sunday on, I believe, the 3rd, something like that. You may want to double check with that one. But they are running a 1 week race, and I didn't participate in the last one, but the one before the last was quite an amazing one, and that's when I really started to, perfect the wander. That's really when I realized the potential in wanding, went all the way, and I ended up okay. I ended up third on the ladder. The guys that beat us played a lot more, and they had a little bit better luck, but that's how it is sometimes. But during that week, we did play a significant amount of hours, like 14, even like 17 on some days. So because of the time investment being pretty much the main ingredient to these races, it kind of excludes a lot of people from participating in them, which is kind of a shame because when you have this environment where everything is reset, it brings a new scope to the game, and it fuels that sense of nostalgia. Like, when I started again, it felt like this, and you do a little bit different, do a few things that you didn't before, and it just feels really good. I think it's the main ingredient to why people still play Diablo 2 to this day. It's so they can re-experience the content, and they have, a different scope of the game when they do it this time around as opposed to the last. So, because I am somewhat of a competitive person, I would like to compete on some level in this race, but on the other hand, because it is the first week race of the season, because week races are pretty hardcore in general, I believe the guys that have won the last two, first place, their play time was like 5.5 days out of the 7. So there's no way I want to do shit like that. For me, because I stream 10 hours a day and do the YouTube thing, and I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes on some days, I can't really like not sleep for 2 days and then sleep for 4 hours, not sleep for 2 days, no YouTube videos, none of that, and then at the end of it pass out in a coma for 2 days. I can't really do that. I'm not really in a position to do that. I mean, I could, but I don't really want to. I don't think it's worth losing that bit of sanity for the small recognition of winning this particular week race. So I'm not going to do that. I don't really want to participate on a hardcore level, but I do want to do something cool. I want to participate. I want to feel that sense of starting over, and I want to compete on some level. So I was kind of bringing these in a way like factors into a conversation with the other people on Mumble on the stream last night. And one of the bros, Rocks, mentioned that why don't we just do a melee-only competition during the week race? And I thought that was an awesome idea. And I thought about it some more, and I feel that really is the answer. So what we've come to in an agreement, what would be really cool, and what I've thought of as well, after the fact, is I think what I'm going to do for the week race is set up some kind of system where people can play under a certain rule set, and we're probably going to do this, and I want to let you guys know so you guys can participate if you want, and maybe we can have some kind of words in the name, so kind of recognize that you are participating in this kind of idea. So the idea is as follows. You have to play a melee character, and what I think the fairest rule set is, you can only use abilities with melee weapons with gems that say melee. So for instance, you can use something like Heavy Strike because it's a melee ability. You can use something like Lightning Strike, even though it's a ranged ability in addition to a melee ability. But I feel it's fair because in some other cases people will use very high increased radius and Ground Slam to achieve the same effect as Lightning Strike. So you can kind of be a ranged melee if you want. But the idea is that you can only use melee abilities for damage. So you can use like a curse or something like that, but if the ability does damage and it's a spell, you're not allowed to use it. So for instance, Frostwall does damage, even though it doesn't do any significant damage, can't use Frostwall. You know, lightning warp, you don't really use it for damage. It does damage, can't use lightning warp. You know, stuff like decoy totem, perfect. Rejuvenation totem, perfect. Skeletal spell totem, sorry, skeletons do damage. Has to be the player, and it has to be with melee abilities. So on top of that, to, you know, kind of level the playing field in terms of streamers and guys that have friends and connections, all that shit, the second major part of the rule set is that it has to be self-found. So you can't trade, it has to be solo. All you find, you know, in the game by yourself is what you can use. Now, because of certain gem problems, you know, if you only use the gems your character has and, you know, can't really base on what you'll find in the game, it kind of limits the spec variety a great deal. So what I recommend, and what I think I will do, is I'm going to make a second account and tag along a second character, you know, just me playing both of them essentially through normal, so I can pick up some of those extra, you know, quest rewards for the gems that I need. You know, to kind of introduce a little bit of spice into the equation, because otherwise we'll have a ton of Ground Slam Marauders, and that'll be a little bit lame in my opinion. But that's the idea. I feel it's really good because right now melee is in a really poor place in the game, but it's still really fun. It's just that if you make a character in a permanent league that's melee, you kind of feel bad about it, because it's like, you know, I'm just weighing down this group. If I had a ranged ability, I could do more damage, I could be more effective, and, you know, I could also, you know, probably keep my character for a longer period of time if it's on hardcore, because probably not going to die as a ranged, at least not at the same rate as I am as a melee. So those are some of the factors that really hurt the melee right now, but it's no excuse not to play it, because it's just as fun as any other, and starting fresh I think will add that extra bit that a lot of people have you know, been wanting. So that's what I'm going to do in the week race. I might update you guys you know, once we're doing it during the week race, so starting next Sunday. But I just want to give you guys information, so if you want to participate, you can kind of, you know, theorize some kind of specs that might work out for you. And you know, if you want to add to the rule set, if you think we should change a few things, let me know. I'm still kind of getting this worked out, but I'm pretty excited. Oh, and the last thing, I think haven't really decided yet, but let's just say for now, if you want to have like a tag, just put your name and then smash. So you'd be a melee smasher. I think that would be pretty cool. So I'll probably name my characters like Crippers LOL Smash or some shit. But of course that's not going to be the name, because someone's going to take that. That's how it is. Oh well. Hope you guys enjoyed the idea, the concept, and enjoy the game as well when the time comes to do the week race. Whatever level you plan to play on. If you want to do whatever group, the competition, if you want to play the melee, or just whatever, it's a good feeling. Recommend you guys try it, and I hope you have fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow.